our last video, Shepard was made the commanding officer of the Normandy, and the crew are all now mine. Insert evil laugh here. So we spent a lot of our time in the last video talking to our crew, and unfortunately I didn't finish it because there's just so much to go through, which is awesome and wonderful, and I love it. So today's plans are to, in theory, finish talking to all of my crew members and then head back to the Citadel to try to work on some of these assignments that I have, because I have a lot of them. Because in theory, I would like to wrap up the Citadel as much as possible before going off to... I think I'm gonna go do find Liara to Sony next as my next main mission, but I feel like that's a long ways away. But before we get started with all of that, let's head to our Codex and knock off some of these entries. Now, I am in the Codex primary, so they're gonna read to us. So let's see, non-council races.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
Okay, so Torfin, that's the battle that everybody keeps bringing up that Shepard participated in. Again, I feel like I missed the initial explanation, or I just ignored it. But I don't think we've met this race on anywhere yet, and the name sounds familiar, so it must have been mentioned in passing, but interesting. Look forward to meeting them, although they'll probably hate me because I'm human. Okay, so we have Citadel and Galactic Government.
The Citadel is an ancient... Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council.
Okay.
At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network.
It sounds a little dangerous, like you're almost spreading yourself too thin, because it's not like it doesn't seem like it's very easy to get from point A to point B, because if you're over in one area, and then you have to take a mass relay and then FTL to get to like someplace else. Like if something bad happens, you're kind of on your own, it sounds like, which is a little scary, but it's good information to explain how massive the universe galaxy is and how little is actually documented and controlled and in control, and I'm rambling now. Planets and locations.
Pharos is a habitable... There are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed. Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, the fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society.
Oh geez, can you imagine a cult like in control of a whole planet? That'd be kind of, like you accidentally crash landed there or something? Oh my gosh, that would be terrifying. Okay, well there is one more potentially, so let's try and see how long it is. So ships and vehicles.
Faster-than-light drives use element zero cores to reduce the mass of the ship, allowing higher rates of acceleration. This effectively raises the speed of light within the mass effect field, allowing high-speed travel with negligible relativistic time dilation effects. Starships still require conventional thrusters, chemical rockets, commercial fusion torch, economy ion engine, or military anti-proton drive, in addition to the FTL drive core. With only a core, a ship has no motive power. The amount of EZO and power required for a drive increases exponentially to the mass being moved and the degree it is being lightened.
Okay.
Very massive ships or very high speeds are prohibitively expensive. If the field collapses while the ship is moving at faster than light speed, the effects are catastrophic. The ship is snapped back to sublight velocity, the enormous excess energy shed in the form of lethal Cherenkov radiation.
All sounds extremely dangerous. Well, there's a bunch more, but we've done 4 today, so I feel like that's enough for right now. So we finished our day on Friday talking to Engineer Adams. So let's talk to Tali, since we haven't talked to her at all since we picked her up as a companion.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship's special. Normally they're not gathering information on us. I mean, she could be. She's supposed to get something on her travels, right? But this ship is special because it's like one of a kind.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Again, I really like her outfit, and I like that you can't really see her face behind her like mask, but you can see like the outlines of her eyes. It's really cool. So you're into ships then. It sounds their whole society lives on ships, so they would have to be into ships. I feel like everybody would as a default, right?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Wow, that's 300 years ago. Again, I can see like when she's up close now, I can see the outline of her nose. It's really cool. I really like it. So anyway, that was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Well, Quarians, please tell me about everything about your people.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Yeah, I don't understand why you guys just don't, like, find somewhere else to live. You know, and like in 300 years, you haven't found another planet to just settle on? Because apparently there's a lot of uncharted space. You could just pick one. I'm just putting it out there. But they do need a specific, they need a specific environment, so maybe it's just so rare that it's non-existent? I have questions. But yeah, like what freedoms have you given up?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So they're democratic? I mean, ish, maybe?
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Again, think about all the effort that went into creating not just a race and what they looked like and their like little backstory that we have, because we do have a little backstory on the Quarians, but now we're going in depth as to their government, their population controls. Like, this is like, oh my gosh, I love world building so much. So the Geth, yeah, they're the ones who made the murder bots, the original murder bots, or what were the other ones, the murder bots ones that they worship? Doesn't matter. Let's ask about the Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Well, tell me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
But it does sound like that was a mistake. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that was a mistake.
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
I want to ask both these. Why did they turn on you and the neural network? I think I understand where they're going with the neural network, so let me ask why they turned on you.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why? Well, I mean, like, obviously I don't want robots who were supposed to be, programs not to be thinking about like deep existential topics. I mean, doesn't this kind of remind you, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but doesn't this kind of remind you of like Battlestar Galactica a little bit? I'm just putting it out there, but that's what this is kind of reminding me of, like, all these, robots, rebelling against their creators and whatnot. It just seems very familiar that way. But anyway, why would that panic people?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
Yeah.
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Yeah, I mean, like, you you create a race of robots, and then they become self-aware, basically. And then you're like, okay, well, we don't like that anymore, so let's turn them off, which is, in a sense, killing them. And you're shocked that they responded violently?
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
They defended themselves, serves you right. I mean, like, I don't want to, I have lots of empathy towards the Quarians because not all of them did this. They just sort of lived with, Geth as their, robotic servants. And then the rebelling and the war is awful, and the fact they lost their home is awful. So, like, it stinks, but it's not. Don't make murder bots. Just general rule. Just don't make robots because they might become self-aware and then kill you. They defended themselves, and it serves you right. Ooh, I kind of want to pick one of these, and I'm leaning towards the snarky one. I know I need to pick Renegade or Paragon, and I kind of want to investigate a Renegade option because my normal reaction would be to go Paragon, but I don't know how comfortable I'm gonna feel about it. Can I come back to it? Maybe let's ask about pilgrimage first.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Yeah, do they always accept the gift?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
It does sound dangerous.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey.
Okay.
We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most.
Yeah.
By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
But, like, what if they, don't come back? What if people just left and just started, not going back and bringing a gift? I mean, I get that it'd probably be totally against their culture and how they were raised and their traditions and whatnot, but I imagine there has to be some Quarians who are like, yeah, no, I'm not going back. So I wonder about random thoughts.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Well, I guess I can't get back to that. Let me get back to the Geth option. I feel the need to pick one and stick to it. So I'm back to my original option post the Geth conversation. So they defended themselves, which is technically accurate, and it serves you right, which is also technically accurate. And I kind of want to see what happens when I say it serves you right. I'm just curious.
You got what you deserved.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
So I do wonder, if they had not attacked the Geth, but worked with them and embraced this whole Geth becoming self-aware, would the Geth have attacked organics, or would they be living in harmony and happy endings with the Quarians? I do wonder if they kind of they attacked the Geth and made a monster instead of just making peace. And anyway, I'm off on a tangent, a whole what if. But why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them? No, they haven't killed everyone because they're working with Saren.
They didn't kill Saren.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Again, I missed the options, the other half of the options. Oh, this is... The conversation wheel is very tricky. Let me go back through this a little bit. Okay, so when I got back to my last option that I did with Tali on the Geth, I'm able to pick the other side, and I'm wondering if it says the same thing. It probably does, but let's see what happens. So originally I picked that was a mistake. Now let's pick isn't AI research illegal and see what she says.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
Technicality.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them.
Or so we thought, yeah,
But
I remember that.
one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Okay, so I picked why did they turn on you last time, so let's ask about the neural network this time.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Yeah, like a hive mind.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
I don't get it. Why did they turn on you? I can't remember which... I feel like last time there was another point over here. But let's go with I don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers.
Awesome.
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became
we heard
more...
this before.
One day, as you can imagine,
And then what
this
happened
caused a near
next?
panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation.
So we acted
A general
first,
order went out across all
and then I did what
Quarian
did you
control.
You didn't
expect?
really...
We feared the Geth would
And then I
pursue
said,
us,
serves you
but they never
right.
came beyond.
You got what you...
Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
And then I said, no, not everyone. So my other options were sorry. Okay, you're right, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they are attacking all organics, because organics are the ones who originally tried to turn them off and shut them down and made them into, quote, slaves. So I'm not surprised. I still don't agree with what the Geth are doing. I don't want to come across like I am. But like, you know, if you kick a dog, eventually it's going to bite you. So doesn't mean you... Anyway, I'm using bad examples and I'm rambling, and I don't think I'm making myself very clear. So I'm not surprised. That's the option I wanted to go with.
You didn't give them a real good first impression.
There you go.
You really think things would be any different if we waited for them to act first? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians.
Okay.
All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Okay, yeah, we've gone through everything then.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, lots of experience in Codex entry. Sorry, I feel like I spent so long on Tali, but the Geth are the bad guys. Or one of the bad guys, or the minions of the bad guy. It's very confusing, and I feel like it's good to get as much information as I can. And I feel like I'm not explaining myself very well with the Geth, but like, I feel like I have to give up at this point, because it's not going well. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, it was the elevator freaking me out. So let's talk to the requisitions officer.
Looking for supplies?
New items?
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on...
Okay, we did all this
Check back
before.
often. I need to move items quickly, so only the
Let's
most...
see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, do we have more stuff? It looks like he has a whole lot more items. So maybe that means I don't have to go back onto the Citadel to buy things, which might be nice. But, wow, I feel like I spent half an hour talking to Tali. So let's spend another half an hour potentially talking to Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
How did you know that?
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
It's not that bad. No, it probably is that bad. You shouldn't complain. No, he can complain. I have no other option but to say true, because I would agree with that statement.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That was your reason for leaving?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It is a tough decision. You'll get over it and forget about it. Ugh, I feel like I've been all renegade today, but let's stick with it and see how this goes.
You did the right thing. Life's too short to sit around waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends, whatever. No, that sounds good. I mean, like, getting around red tape is good, right? I feel like I'm trying to justify my renegade options. Let's just embrace it, right? Let's just go for it and see what happens.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
I feel like we should have some, like, caveats, like don't go, like, blowing up buildings with, you know, innocent people inside just to kill one guy. I feel like there should be an asterisk to that statement. Anything else, Garrus?
Commander, good to see you.
That's it? That's all I get? I didn't get any... So my problem is that I'm not getting any renegade points for any of these conversations. Like, what's the point in going renegade if I can't, like, get points every time? But it's fine. I need to stop being so worrisome. Tali's locker, Wrex, Garrus, Ashley, and Kaidan. But where is mine? I guess I don't need a locker anymore. That's weird. Well, let's quick save and talk to Ashley.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
No, we'd saved your unit. She's talking about Eden Prime. Okay, so we tried to get here sooner. Stop dwelling. Oh, stop dwelling sounds so harsh, but I need to commit. But I don't know if I want to commit to being renegade on everything. I'm so wishy-washy about stuff. I'm gonna go with that. She wishes we'd saved her unit because I wish I had saved her unit too.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Don't blame yourself. You couldn't know and be more alert. Oh, I mean, she couldn't know.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay, well, can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
I could ask personal questions about everybody else, but not my companions. That seems kind of ridiculous. Well, hello, Wrex.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
Well, let's have a personal inquiry.
What's your story, Wrex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, yeah, don't be an ass.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, big deal. No, that is kind of... But I mean, like, you were also dropping satellites on their planets and causing extinction level events. So, you know, yeah. So big deal or that's unfortunate. Let's go with the first one.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the same.
Isn't it, though? No, it's not the same, though. It really isn't. We can still go have children and they can't. So, isn't it? No, none of these work. So let's go with the first one.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
It's not.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation?
No.
An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
No.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Yeah, we're going with I see your point because, yeah, none of those options in the last choice were very good.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Touchy subject, obviously.
Sorry, Wrex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard.
But?
As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Really?
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Well, what is killing you then? Extinction?
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
That's rough. Like, they got, I mean, again, not innocent in it, but they really got the short end of it, like, badly. So, genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that there's not one good scientist out there, like, leading the good fight to fix this mistake.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Yeah.
You ask a Krogan, Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I see.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Okay, thanks. I feel like I am all over the place with my companion chatting, and I still don't know how I want Shepard to answer things. I'm interested in going the renegade route, but I'm not sure if I can actually commit to it, because like I was saying, like my default is to not be an ass on every occasion, but to be snarky occasionally. But like, as many of you have been saying for quite some time, and I believe you, I do. It could affect like quests, and it could affect dialogue options, and that does make me nervous because I love dialogue options, and I like to have multiple options to complete quests, but I'm also probably severely overthinking this. But let me work on some inventory management with all of my companions, and I will be back momentarily. All right, well, my inventory is cleaned up quite a bit. I have sold my extras to my requisition officer over here. Not sure if I made the best decisions, but well, it's all about making poor decisions today and conversations, and why not with our inventory? But I think that's everyone that I have to talk to, unless I missed somebody, but I think that's actually it. So let's head out of here and see if I can get back to the Citadel to start working on some of these quests, perhaps? Maybe? We'll see. Let's see. I think the exit was over here. Already talked to Joker. Exit Normandy. Oh, great. So I can change everybody up. So I want Garrus, and I think let's bring Kaidan as well. I feel like that might be okay. Just have to go back to the Normandy every time I want to switch someone up. Yeah,
equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
It sounds like my Shepard's voice saying that. It's weird. Yeah, this is my new outfit. I like my other one better, but it had better things on it. And I added modifications to it, so there's that too. Okay, so Captain isn't here. Inspect Normandy's weapons. That's new. Inspect the hull. Hang on, Kaidan. Hold that thought. There was another one. It looked like down over here. There. Inspect the thrusters. More Codex entries. All right, Kaidan. What do you got to say?
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
Okay.
When you look out and see something this beautiful, oh, it really helps you understand what we're fighting to save.
Yes. Garrus?
The Normandy combines the best of Alliance technology and Turian engineering. It shows what we're capable of if we work together.
Yes. All good points. Okay, well, let's head back to the Academy, I think, but most importantly, elevator conversations, potentially.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another Profile in Courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, Serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more Profiles in Courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, Courage.
Her name sounds familiar. Did I meet her at Eden Prime and I'm just so awful with names I've forgotten? It's fine. I know, I'm horrible with names. Okay, there was a quest right over here. This talk to Jahleed. So let's go back to my quest log. Jahleed's secret. You confronted Shorban with Jahleed's allegations. He revealed that Jahleed didn't tell you the whole truth. That's right. He and Shorban were stealing from the company they worked for and doing illegal research on the Keepers. Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking the other way while they do it because reasons, maybe? Okay. Let's see. He's over here. I like my other outfit better, but it's not bad. It's just so... You know, you can't sneak up when you're dressed like this, right? Anyway, let's talk to Jahleed.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
Of course I did.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jahleed.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You forgot to mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so I was hoping you'd take care of him.
But it's like, you could just have a conversation with your partner and like, instead you like try to like work around and sort of hire me to kill him for you. I mean, this is crazy. It's okay. It's not okay. We're in this together, and relax, I'm helping out. Yeah.
I'm scanning the Keepers for Shorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
There we go.
You're helping us? But, well, if you say so. Well, if Shorban can forgive and forget, then so can I. I appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
That'd be great. Thanks. Thanks a lot. So let's see. You managed to patch things up between Jahleed and Shorban, and they've agreed to continue working together. Great. Again, I feel like I'm picking the bottom options, and I'm not getting any renegade points. You know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna pick what I want to pick, and we'll go from there. So let's see. I need to leave CSEC so that I can look at the map on where else I want to go, because I've got so many quests to work on. We need to go back to the bar. We need to find the consort, or go back to the consort. There's just... That's all I can remember right now. Oh, more party banter.
Your biotics are impressive, Lieutenant. I'm surprised that humans stop using the L2 configuration with results like yours.
My edicts can be pretty bad, and I'm one of the lucky L2 implants. The L3s are safer.
Humanity will be judged by the sacrifices its people are willing to make, Lieutenant. Batarians would have kept the L2 implants.
Yeah, but like L2 implant side effect is they can go crazy and kill you, which is not so great. Again, where am I? I went the wrong way again, I think. I did, but I scanned that Keeper before. Is there somebody up here I can go talk to? Oh, Emily Wong. Okay, so I did that one. That was the reporter's request. So let's see. I had to look for information about corruption, and then I found it when I was at Chora's den, or Cora's den, and I was frantically looting to go and save Tali before she was murdered. So the information you found in Fist's hideout will help Ms. Wong with her report on corruption. Go to the upper wards to deliver it to her. Okay. I just... Can I trust this lady? I have concerns. Oh, look, it's back to the couple who are dating again. Oh, how sweet. Okay, Emily, I've got your stuff.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist.
Thanks.
I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
I could say no. But corruption is bad. So would these help?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
I could offer more and you owe me more. Ooh. I mean, how can I offer more? And like, I feel like I should have looked at the files before I gave them to her. You owe me more. What does that mean?
I had to kill people for these discs. They're worth more than you're offering.
Oh.
I didn't tell you to kill Fist. But you're right. I suppose that I did ask you to help me, so... Here, this should be more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Oh my. That was that was... I didn't expect her to be so scary. I'm not sure I'm okay with that decision. So, reporter's request. You gave Emily Wong the information you found in Fist's hideout. The reporter was extremely grateful and now has what she needs to expose criminal syndicates on the Citadel. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. But since we're so near the lower wards, let's go back to Chora's den. Maybe? I need to find a few more keepers as well. I've scanned that one. Where's my biggest fan? Where's he at? He seems like a harmless fan. I just need to keep an eye out for him, right? I wonder where he could be. Moreland. Anyone else new to talk to? So is Chora's den just all put back together again? And everybody's okay and it's fine? No one's gonna shoot me? No, we're all back to normal. Well, I am going to pause here today, and in tomorrow's video, we'll go back into Chora's den and talk to Jenna, and maybe I'll get to go back into Fist's office and poke around some more and see what happens. Perhaps make more concise and more, I don't know, legible decisions when it comes to Shepard's conversations, but no promises. We'll have to see how it goes. But as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Mass Effect video.